welcome. I am your host, Kimberly Lovey. I am a wife, a mother of two. I'm a businesswoman, a brand builder, blogger, and podcaster. I'm here to connect with women just like me who want to optimize their life while looking and feeling our best. Together, we will remove limiting beliefs and dream to become our highest and best version of ourselves. We will explore both mental and physical aspects of self-improvement while forming a community, a sisterhood. Before we dive in, please subscribe to my podcast and give me 5 stars. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. I cannot even tell you. I've missed you and I long for you. So today I'm going to talk to you about being body positive, and this applies to both men and women. It's something that I saw on a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and somebody said that they gained a lot of weight and wanted to figure out ways to be body positive. And so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about sort of how I handle weight gain and loss and keep a positive outlook on my body image. It's something I think a lot of people struggle with, and it's super important to master just for your own self-confidence and your relationships, particularly if you are a parent. Your kids are constantly looking to you to see how they should be acting. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. I would say that this particular question was around someone that had gained weight and they wanted to remain body positive. And I guess I was just thinking for myself, what do I do when I've gained weight and I don't feel good? And I would say the very first thing I do is make sure I'm wearing clothes that fit me, because who wants to walk around being uncomfortable? I mean, I definitely don't. I know that when you've gained weight, sizing up can be just daunting and just awful, gut-wrenching even. And I definitely don't recommend that you try clothes on in the store, which right now during this whole COVID thing is a lot easier because you can just buy something online. So I would say definitely just size up, bite the bullet and size up, and just hold your nose and do it. And then when you receive the clothes, cut out the tags so that you're not constantly being reminded of this negative number that makes you feel bad about yourself. I do this with all of my exercise gear. I cut out the tags. I don't even remember exactly what size I am. I think I'm like a 6 or an 8 in Lululemon, but I actually don't even know which one. So every time I try them on, I have to try on both because I never can remember which one I am. And the truth is that, you have to remember, nobody cares what size you're wearing. It's not like you're walking around, unless you're wearing Levi's, I guess. Remember the old Levi jeans, the 501s, where they have your actual size on the exterior? Nobody knows what size you're wearing. You know what I mean? No one cares. Like, I do not care if you're wearing a size 12 or a 14 or an 8. Like, it literally makes zero difference to me in my life. So I think just remembering that it's not about other people's judgment of you. It's about how you feel. Anything related to like body image and weight and all of that is a totally selfish thing. It should be all about you. Nobody else's opinion should matter. And so I always say, start with sizing up and wearing clothes that you feel comfortable in. And, know your body. Dress for your body. Like, I know what looks good on me and what doesn't. I know what works for me. Like I'm not big chested, so I can wear low cut dresses that don't require a bra, for example. Or whereas my sister, who has a totally different build, looks excellent in totally different kinds of clothes. And so I think knowing your body and just knowing what fits for your body and accepting that and going in those directions of like what feels good, what fits me well, what accentuates my positive body parts, like dress for your body. And that is huge. If you're constantly trying to wear something that just is not good for your body, like for example, I kind of tend to carry weight in my stomach, so I don't wear clothes that show my stomach for the most part. I want to be the girl that wears some of these really cute outfits and the crop tops, but it's not for me. You know what looks better for me is showing off my legs or whatever. And so again, with men too, same deal. Like if you're a broad guy, if you have like broad shoulders, like don't wear Tom Ford, like really skinny, narrow European type fitted clothes. Like dress for your body, practice, try on things and see what works for you. That is huge. And so that's probably, one of the most important things. The second thing is if you're not feeling great, I think you need to be honest that you're not feeling great how you are. And the bigger part of that is the next part. So, okay, you don't feel good, but are you willing to make any changes? Like, are you really willing to give up stuff? So, for example, if I wanted to lose 10 pounds, maybe that's like my aspirational goal weight, right? Or body fat percentage. But ask yourself, like, am I really at this moment? Am I really up for cutting out sweets into my diet? Sweets out of my diet? Am I willing to give up carbs? Am I willing to just be more disciplined in my eating right now? Or are you kind of just cruising and you're just not up for it right now? I think you need to be honest about what you're really up for. And evaluate that, because if you do want to get in better shape, it does require discipline, and there's just no mincing words about it. Like it requires commitment and discipline. So be realistic about what your goals are and where you are, and if you're really willing to embark on that journey. For me right now, I'd love to be probably 10 pounds thinner, but I'm not willing to give up my nightly beer. I have one beer a night, no judgment, guys. And I love it. It's like my happy hour, and I'm not willing to give that up, and I'm not willing to give up my dessert. I love it. I also would say that knowing what works for you is huge. And no one really can tell you what that is. So one thing that I do that works for me is intermittent fasting, but not in like an extreme way. So for me, I choose to look at it as like a break for my body so that my body can repair itself overnight and regenerate new cells and all of that. And so what I do is I simply don't eat late, and I don't make it like a big to do. I just eat with my kids, and they eat between 5:30 and 6:30. I make sure I have my drinks and my dessert and all of the things earlier in the day, or like no later than, whenever they eat, which is like normal dinner time, by the way. This isn't like earth-shattering news, but I'm just going to tell you in case you're not doing it. So don't eat late. It's just that simple. Do not eat late. Sometimes I'll even have dessert in the middle of the day because I am craving it earlier, and I figure it's better for me to have it earlier anyway when I'm still moving. But yeah, so I'll stop eating maybe at 6:30 and at night, or like 7, or whenever it happens that day. I don't overanalyze it, but just a reasonable dinner time. And then I'll usually wake up, and in the morning, first thing I work out, and then I eat afterwards. And I think they call that cardio fasting. But for me, it's just like, I don't want to run I don't want to get a cramp. And so I end up eating at 9:30 or something. And, some days it's different. So that ends up being 6:30 to 6:30 is 12, 13. It's like 14 or 15 hours. I don't know. Some people do these really extreme, intermittent fasting. I can't do that. I need to eat, and I am prone to low blood sugar. So I cannot go these extreme ways. But I mean, when we talk about intermittent fasting, that means just give your body a break, even for a 12-hour period, which is normal and healthy. It's not really earth shattering, Okay. So yes, so that's important. The other thing is, I'm honest. If I've gained a few pounds, I like to stay within a good, healthy 5 to 7 pound range. And if I'm starting to creep outside of that range and I don't feel my best, I accept the fact that I'm okay, well, I've been eating really poorly the last few days. I've been eating my favorite Indian food and pizza and more dessert than normal. And I accept it, and I don't beat myself up. It is what it is. It's all good. We have ebbs and flows. But what I do is I try and refocus on eating proteins and vegetables. And that's what works for me. I know that if I have less carbs, that's the key for me. So, for me, this is hard too, because I'm not a huge meat eater. So finding the right proteins has been a struggle for me. So I figured out, that I love ground chicken burgers that my father-in-law makes, and he gave me his secret recipe, and I'll share it with you guys. So I go to Trader Joe's, I pick up 2 packs of ground chicken. I come home and then I pour on KC Masters. I think it's KC Masters. I don't know. It's at Ralph's in the barbecue section, barbecue sauce. And then I put garlic powder on it. I put some honey and some red wine. And I let it marinate for a little bit. And then I just make these little like round pucks, basically. I call them pucks. And I bake them at 350 in the oven for like 20 minutes until they're cooked. I like them a little crispier. And then I just have like a whole bunch of these little like chicken patties, readily available to me. And that is a way that I can set myself up for success. The other thing is focusing on vegetables that you like. So finding the foods that you like and like running with it. So I know that I like Brussels sprouts. I like asparagus. And I like spinach. What I hate is steamed vegetables. Like, it just tastes so dry and I just can't. Like, I have no problem slathering olive oil, salt, and pepper on any of those vegetables and baking them or frying them up. When I make my Brussels sprouts, I make them on the stove and I make them really crispy with lots of olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then I drizzle truffle oil on top afterwards. Oh my God, delicious. So adding a little bit of like taste to it. Don't be afraid to add taste to food because it's not going to be something you really want to eat. Like you'll do it once or twice and then you'll never want to eat that again. And then you'll just go back to like eating bad food. So make your healthy food taste good. It's okay to have fat in your diet. You need it. So put that salt and pepper and olive oil on there. You need it. So finding just clean food, I guess they call it meal prepping a little bit. I don't like to call it that. It feels very like diety when I say the words like meal prep. It just implies like diet. So maybe that's a good segue to talk about dieting. So I do not like fad dieting. For me, I'm kind of like a rebellious, wild person, I guess, in a way, in my own way. I'm conservative in so many other ways, but I'm the type of person that if you tell me not to do something, I'm going to rebel. And that is so true of diets for me. If you tell me don't eat chocolate, no matter what you do, like all I'll be able to think about all day is chocolate. And then I'll start binge eating it. And it's just a dark, dark path. Other people, they're rule followers and they do so well with like, here's your guidelines, here's the do's and don'ts of your diet. And I totally get that. It's just, that's not who I am. And I know this because I've tried to do it and it just doesn't work for me. And so instead of like trying to find the right diet and constantly being on that like train of trying to find a diet, I just like intuitive eat, meaning like I just eat what I crave for the most part. And I try and like be responsible with my eating and be honest, like don't BS myself. I try not to like snack all day long. I try and have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 square meals, like eat when I'm hungry and not like over engineer it. Like we all kind of know what's healthy and what's not. And if you don't, there's like a zillion resources out there where you can go figure that out. I'm not going to be your resource for like where to find diet and health tips, like as far as, specific diets and what's healthy and what's not. But I mean, it comes down to common sense, you guys, and accountability, and just eat what makes you feel good. Like I also don't want to eat things that make me feel bad afterwards. And so I've tried to pay attention to that as well. Like if I eat pizza, I love pizza, but like I feel afterwards. And sometimes like you just really need that pizza. Maybe you're hungover. Maybe you just haven't gotten to eat all day and you just really need the calories. Sometimes you do need that and you should have it when you feel that you really want it. But I guess maybe think about how the food makes you feel afterwards and listen to your body. If broccoli makes you gassy and you hate that feeling, don't eat that. Opt for another vegetable. So, I think when it comes to body image, it's really all about you, and no one cares. As a reminder, no one cares what size jeans you wear, girl or guy. No one cares. People care about the way you make them feel. Okay. And it's all about how you feel in your own skin and for you to figure out what works best for you and your body. So, as a recap, wear clothes that fit and that you feel good in. If you don't like your size, cut out the size, cut out the tags. If you don't like that size, have an honest chat with yourself about, I don't like where I'm at right now. So what in reality do I need to do to fix it? And come up with ways that work for you and your body. Don't ask other people what works for you. You know what works for you. And if you're not sure, then try out different, research different diets out there and try different things. And, feel it out. And, if you're really unhappy, it's something only you can change. Like it's, making excuses, you're just kidding yourself. So if you're not happy, be honest that you're not happy and then make a commitment to change things. Go exercise more, eat healthier, and find things that you like. Life's too short to be suffering. You can find healthy food that's tasty. Figure out what you like. Try recipes and be creative and find balance. And definitely don't eat late. For crying out loud, it's not rocket science. Don't eat late. I'm telling you, your body doesn't need all that food right before you go to bed. And one last tip I did not mention is drink water. I do not drink juices. I don't drink soda. I really, really recommend that you focus on having some clean caffeine source if you need caffeine. Like I have to have my coffee. You can have tea, but I really have like 95% of my consumption is water. So, be armed with water, drink lots of it, and you will feel so much more like brighter. Your skin will look better. And there's plenty of resources out there that you can figure out exactly how much water makes sense for you. So those are my hot tips, and just be confident. Like remember that it's not all about how you look. It's so much more about how you feel. So focus in on that. With that, please subscribe to my podcast, Diamonds and Coconuts. I am on Apple Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, radio.com, and a number of other platforms for both iPhones and Androids. Please follow me on Instagram. I am at Diamonds and Coconuts on Instagram. Diamondsandcoconutsblog.com is my blog and my Facebook handle. Email me, diamondsandcoconutsblog@gmail.com if you have comments or questions. I would love to hear more about what you guys think, any topics you want me to cover, your feedback, all of the things. I love you guys. I love being here with you. I hope you have a fabulous holiday, and we will talk soon. Signing off.